everyone, hope you all are well. This is Gayatri. Welcome you all to Bioschool. In previous video, we have discussed about the role of homeoselected gene in Drosophila. In today's session, we will focus on how the dorsal and ventral axis formed in Drosophila. So watch the video till the end to know more about it. Thank you. So let's know how the dorsal and ventral axis formed in Drosophila. The protein that distinguishes the dorsal, that is the back, from the ventrum, that is the belly region of the fly of embryo, is the product of dorsal gene. Okay, the dorsal gene, it distinguishes the dorsal and the ventral axis formation in Drosophila, and how it distinguishes, we'll discuss about it. So the Gurkhan meshes, it initiates the formation of dorsal ventral axis. Gurkhan mRNA, it is localized in the region in between the oocyte nucleus and the oocyte cell membrane. Okay, and this Gurkhan meshes or the Gurkhan mRNA, it diffuses only a short distance, so that Gurkhan protein reaches only those follicle cells that are close to the oocyte nucleus, as it is located in between the oocyte nucleus and the oocyte cell membrane. So it will diffuse into the cells that are close to the oocyte nucleus and signals those cells to become the columnar dorsal follicle cells. Okay, and that helps in establishing the dorsal ventral polarity of fruit fly, that is Drosophila. Important point is that maternal deficiency of either Gurkhan or its receptor, that is the torpedo gene, causes the ventralization of the embryo. That is, the formation of the dorsal or the ventral axis in Drosophila is the depends on the Gurkhan and its the receptor torpedo. If there is a deficiency of Gurkhan or the torpedo gene in maternal, then that will lead to the formation of ventralization of the embryo. Okay, it does not depend on the zygotic genes, it depends on the maternal genes. Okay, it's very important, just remember it. So now we'll see the signaling pathway, how the dorsal and the ventral axis formation in Drosophila is regulated. So in the first point, oocyte nucleus, this is the oocyte. This oocyte nucleus, it travels to the interior dorsal side of oocyte. Okay, then where the Gurkhan mRNA is located. The translated Gurkhan, this translated Gurkhan, it is received by the receptor, and the receptor is known as the torpedo, and the torpedo receptor, it is located in the follicle cells. So torpedo signal cause those follicle cells to differentiated into dorsal cell fate. Okay, so as the follicle cells, they differentiated into the dorsal cell fate, they inhibit the synthesis of pipe. It will inhibit the synthesis of pipe. As I told you before, that the Gurkhan signal, it can diffuse a shorter distance, so no Gurkhan signal to the ventral side. Okay, then the ventral cell fate, it will synthesize the pipe. Then pipe signal sulfates ventral vitelline protein. Okay, then this pipe, it sulfates the ventral vitelline membrane protein. Then this sulfated ventral vitelline protein, it binds with the GD. GD is the gastrulation defective. Then in the next step, this GD, it cleaves and active snake. Okay, it cleaves and active the snake, and it forms the complex with snake and uncleaved ester protein. Okay. So here you can see, this one is the sulfated vitelline membrane, it binds with the GD, then GD, it cleaves the snake and into its active form, and it forms the complex with the snake and uncleaved ester. Then in the next step, ester protein is cleaved into its active form. Okay, it's cleaved into the active form, then the cleft ester, it binds to spagel. Okay, cleft ester, it will bind to the spagel, and after binding to the spagel protein, it is cleaved. Next step, the spagel protein bind to the receptor. Okay, this blue one is the spagel protein. It bind to the receptor. This one is the receptor. This receptor is known as the toll receptor. So what is the receptor of spagel protein? It is the toll receptor. Similarly, the receptor of gherkin is torpedo. So when the spagel protein, it binds to the receptor toll receptor, then toll receptor, it activates the pale and tube. Toll activation activate the tube and pale, which in turn phosphorylate the cactus. It will phosphorylate the cactus protein. When the cactus protein, it get phosphorylated, it degraded and it release the dorsal gene. It release the dorsal, and now the dorsal, it will enter into the nucleus. Dorsal protein enter the nucleus and it ventralize the cell. So interesting point is that the ventral side of Drosophila is marked by dorsal gene. Hope now you have a clear idea about how the dorsal ventral axis formed in the Drosophila and how it is regulated by the gherkin and the dorsal genes. Okay. Let's see the previous year question. Following are the events that might take place during dorsal ventral axis specification in early embryonic development of Drosophila. Let's see. Torpedo receptor activation. Okay. Pipe synthesis, a cascade of protease activity, cactus dephosphorylation, entry of dorsal in the nuclei of syncytial blastrodome stage embryo. Which combination of the above statement will occur in the presumptive dorsal side of the embryo deficient in maternal gherkin? Okay, there is a mutation or the deficient of maternal gherkin. If the maternal gherkin is deficient, then that lead to the ventralization. Okay, so if the gherkin is mutated, then there will be no chance of activation of the receptor, that is torpedo. So it one will be wrong. Okay. If there is a presence of the gherkin, then the torpedo is activated, then that inhibit the pipe synthesis. But now as the gherkin is deficient, so the pipe, it will be synthesized, and if pipe synthesized, then that will lead to the cascade of protease activity. It's all about the ventralization. So if protease activity, that lead to the phosphorylation of cactus, but here it is the dephosphorylation of cactus, so this one is wrong. Then the fifth point is entry of dorsal in the nuclei of syncytial blastrodome stage embryo. Yes, this one is correct. So the correct options are 2, 3 and 5. That is option C is the correct answer. Okay. Let's see this one. This is looking so complicated, but it's easy. Let's see the question. Torpedo is known to serve as a receptor for gherkin. We know it. Deficiency of the torpedo gene in Drosophila cause ventralization of the embryo. If the torpedo gene or gherkin is deficient, then that will cause the ventralization of the embryo. In an experiment, germ cell precursor from wild type embryo were transplanted into embryo whose mother carried the torpedo mutation. Also, the reverse experiment, that is transplantation of germ cell precursors from torpedo mutants into wild type embryo was done. The torpedo deficient germ cells developed in wild type female showed normal dorsoventral axis, while wild type germ cell developed in a torpedo deficient female showed ventralized A. Some of the following statements are drawn from above experiment and some from known fact to understand the functioning of torpedo. Okay, let's see. Zygotic contribution of torpedo is essential for development of dorsal ventral axis. No. Is the maternal contribution of torpedo is essential for the development of dorsal ventral axis. So this one is wrong. Maternal contribution of torpedo is essential for the development of dorsal ventral axis. Yes, this one is correct. because the dorsal ventral axis formation, it is contributed by the maternal genes. Since torpedo is a receptor for gherkin and follicle cells surround the part of the oocyte where gherkin is expressed, it is likely that torpedo is expressed in follicle cells. Yes, the torpedo is expressed in the follicle cells and gherkin it is expressed in the oocyte. So this one is correct. Gherkin signaling initially dorsalize the follicle cells. Okay, initially dorsalize the follicle cells, which in turn send the signal to organize the dorsal ventral polarity in the oocyte. Gherkin signaling, it initially dorsalize the follicle cells, so this one is correct. Gherkin signaling initially dorsalize the Notch cell, which help in the generation of dorsal ventral polarity in the oocyte. No, so because it only dorsalize the follicle cells. Which one of the following combination of statements is most appropriate? The most appropriate statements are option 2, 3 and 4. That is option A is the correct answer. Now you have a clear concept about how the dorsal ventral axis formed in the Drosophila. If you like this video, then please share, and if you are new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe it. Bye bye. See you in my next video.